Reality is, man, the trailer got stolen. It went out like a cute little vinyl wrap with ice cream drip, and it came back with street cred. Welcome to episode 5 of the Absolutely Ridiculous Show. We've got a few topics to kind of quickly go through today, but I wanted to start with the first one, welcoming the hardest thrower in the game to the team. Ben Joyce, what was his fastest pitch that he threw?
He threw 105 and a half.
105.5, hardest throw that he's had recorded is insane. But Ben has the nickname of the volunteer fireman. So one of the gloves that we're doing for his debut glove this year will be insane. Like, I'm really excited. We're using like real materials from the item that's themed around. I don't want to give away too much until we get a little closer to it, but it is one of the more unique gloves that you'll ever see. So that'll be a fun storytelling there. Next, we're going to talk about Easter. So this year, this will be our first time doing like an actual Easter release. Last year, we rolled out some of the faith-related stuff. We will also have the Resurrection collection coming out this year with the Resurrection glove that's kind of been the long-awaited, over a year in the works design. But the Easter set is definitely a lot more vibrant and uplifting and fun as far as the colors go. So want to start with the sliding mitt on showing what that is. I believe this drops today. This set does. Design and theme around this is an Easter basket. So it's the Easter egg designed into the top through some pearly fluorescent type of drip. Within the Easter basket, you see the woven pattern through the strap, and then some of the stripes going through the neoprene on the backing of it here. And I don't believe that we did anything on the inside for this one. But I do love this set just because it's super rich in color and I don't know, the design, all the lines came out really well. With it, we'll also have, in our first time ever, the drip model of an elbow guard. We'll launch this with the Easter set, mainly because the Easter set got done first. But this model we've been working on for a while with a lot of samples back and forth, trying to get like the curves and everything right on the piece. What the goal of it was is to add a unique silhouette to the elbow guard, so that it does have a shape that's a little bit more recognizable as the Absolutely Ridiculous shape. But while also shaving off some of the weight and making sure that the shell and the protection are in the spots that you actually need it on. So it's not all just decor. There was purpose and meaning behind why we were doing some of the decor some of the design into the silhouette. But the elbow guard has similar theme with the pearly white drip, and then some of the spots and water paint that you would if you were painting your Easter eggs. And then the leg guard, again, the first drip model that we've ever had for sale. You may have seen Jazz wearing it this year. You may have seen Michael Harris wearing it this year. But we're going to roll this out with the Easter set as your first time ever getting to have this model. And same story as the elbow guard. The silhouette exists to shave off some of the weight while still keeping the protection where you need it and having a silhouette that you know is only Absolutely Ridiculous. These will also come with the detachable toe guard. We extended the toe guards just a little bit. We also created a curve, both on the left and right-legged ones, so that it covers the inside of your foot better while still allowing your toes to flex without obstruction from the shell. And so, same design, but this set I think really comes together well as a one piece. And I don't think it's something that only has to be worn on Easter. I think it's a fun year-round, loud piece. But that is our Easter collection.
What's your favorite Easter candy?
Oh, that's easy. It's the Reese's Bunnies.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or the Reese's Eggs. I guess is what it is, Reese's eggs.
I was at the store the other day, and it was like the Cadbury cream eggs. I can't stand them.
Is it the texture or the taste?
Both.
Yeah?
I'm with you on the Reese's, though. Like, the Reese's eggs and the bunnies those are A tier.
So here's the big question. Do you like the Reese's egg better than a Reese's peanut butter cup?
Ooh. Yeah, I think so. It's just more, I think the filling feels different. And it's probably not. It's probably a placebo effect, but it feels just a little bit different.
There's more peanut butter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the ratio of peanut butter to chocolate is a little different, and I think they nailed it with the eggs.
I think there's something to do with it. I'm not disliking Reese's at all, but I think there's something to do with the paper that gives it a little bit of a different flavor too on the cups.
That might be it.
Because the eggs just come in the plastic wrapping, right?
This is hard-hitting journalism.
This is. These are real conversations. All right.
Well, speaking of hard-hitting journalism, if you're listening to this on Friday, yesterday, a little video dropped about our trailer. You want to tell them about the trailer? We talked about it last week in the episode, but it's got a new design.
So we're going to recap the video.
Sure.
Right. The trailer was stolen. It's a reminder from last week's episode, which I think it's just one of those things where it was fun for the team to come together on how do we turn a negative into a positive and have some fun with it. But Mike, who is one of the graphic designers on our team and also an incredible artist, he was in town. He actually came to town, not to paint the trailer. He came to town to like hang out with everybody because he lives in Florida and he hasn't gotten to like see the team in a while. And this all happened like the day before he was coming out here. He actually got here too the day after like all the tornadoes and stuff. But that turned into quickly him saying, like, when I asked him if he'd paint like an orange X on the black trailer, he's like, yeah, like I could do that. And then it evolved into, well, like what colors? We could do some other colors. Maybe we should remove the paint. Maybe we should remove the vinyl. And then it was like, could you do the Rockstar theme? And then it was like checkers. And next thing I know, he's got a full mock-up. So it went from an orange X to a very detailed, intricate, like hand-painted design. So he's been pulling all-nighters the last like 4 nights in a row. And he had finally had to go back to his family and whatnot this morning in Florida. But this piece like it's a work of love from Mike, and Wade like put together an awesome video of a time lapse of it being painted, and also recapping the story from Dale and Andrew on our team that are part of our private investigation squad at Absolute Ridiculous. In case anybody ever tries to mess with us again, that's how you have to deal with. They have a great track record, 1 for 1 on stolen goods.
They're batting 1,000.
That's right. But you get to hear from them. You get to hear their story. That was what was fun about that video. Great work on that, though, Wade.
Thank you. That was so fun to put together because those guys have so much personality, and so does Mike. And Mike's an artist, and watching it all come together is those guys are awesome.
Reality is, man, the trailer got stolen. It went out like a cute little vinyl wrap with ice cream drip, and it came back with street cred. It's got graffiti art on it now. It's spray painted. It's a little tougher. It's got the Rockstar look on it, some caution tape. We'll probably throw some tattoos on it here eventually. And I don't know, one of the coaches last night, the game I was at, suggested maybe a teardrop tattoo somewhere, but we'll figure out where it goes from here. But yeah, the trailer, you guys can catch that this summer. We plan to go to Omaha. We plan to go to a bunch of tournaments throughout the country. You'll be able to see what the schedule's like for that here soon as well. We're also working on a separate Instagram account for that too, just for the guys to have fun with. You'll still get all the updates and whatnot for that on at Aria by X, but keep your eye out as well for some fun stuff. Like they'll do giveaways, they'll do updates of, hey, they're going to stop at Buc-ee's, and if you want to come get a sliding mat or whatever, they'll have a lot more flexibility to do some things outside of our typical branding there. But the Q&As, I did post the question last night. So that's good, but I'm not going to read all of them this time. We're gonna go through until they get repetitive. So the first one, will you ever restock on the hats? Yeah, I believe we restock pretty frequently. I think it just depends what hat you're asking about, and if you're talking about the new bubblegum ones, I don't remember if that's a rare edition or not. I don't think it was, but we don't have plans like restock that right now. We'll keep you posted on that. Where is the podcast? I can't find it. Well, if you're asking the question to be answered on the show, that's probably not going to help a lot for finding the show. So we'll figure out how to get that to you.
It's the Absolutely Ridiculous Show. It's wherever you listen.
You can listen to it on Apple iTunes. You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on YouTube. You can listen to a clip on social media. You can. I think that's all of them, right?
If you're one of those people out there who has an RSS feed, you can plug it in there.
There you go. RSS.
Everywhere you listen.
What about pricing and stock? When you decide how many to make of each product, how do you pick that? You're getting into the business. That's boring. What about pricing and stock? So, I mean, pricing, I'll tell you our strategy for pricing. We're not trying to be expensive. The goal with it is our cost usually it costs more to make our products than it does, I would say, all of our competitors. So there's going to be a little bit of a higher price there because our costs are higher. But at the same time, like I try to keep reminding people, our gloves, yeah, they're expensive. I'm not going to say they're not, but they're not even close to being the most expensive gloves in the market. Nokona's got a whole collection of $800 and up. Rawlings, if you want a custom pro preferred, you want to add your name to it, you want to make it pink, you're paying $500 for that. Our rare editions, where you get one of 42, you're paying $420 for that. Every now and then we will have like the anime one a couple of years ago for Jazz. Like that was like 4 or 8 gloves, something like that we sold. That was $1,000 a piece because it was so rare and we're not going to sell that again. But our typical 9 out of 10 rare edition releases that we have are $420. And that's picked for the purpose of, we think that it reflects the quality, the amount of time and the attention to detail that goes into it, while also trying to keep it affordable to people that actually want to game it and use it. Because at the end of the day, every product we make isn't intended to be put on a shelf. It's designed with the goal that it looks good enough to be put on a shelf, like to display. But it's built, it's created, it exists with the intent to be used in a game, to be played with. I mean, baseball is a game. Baseball gloves are a toy. It should be used. And it's really, really hard to use $1,000 baseball glove. That to me is, it's not focused on the player. That to me is focused on just collectors, where our kind of goal is both. And I also love it. And I didn't realize this until after we had this strategy, but like Jordan hasn't really ever upped their prices of their shoes either, even though that you'll have shoes resale for $1,000 to $20,000. They're still under $200 for a brand new pair of Jordans. And I would assume, I'm making all this up, but I would assume that their philosophy is that they don't want to price out their customer. What happens in the aftermarket happens, but they want to have stay true to who their audience is. And we have that same mentality. We don't want to price out our customer. At the end of the day, we want to grow baseball. That's why our non-rares are $375. That's why some of our other products are as low as they are, like our belts, like our batting gloves. Like there's batting gloves in the market for $120 that I've talked to the factory that makes those, and I know that there's no reason to justify that. And so we try to make things affordable while still reflecting the production costs and the amount of time that goes into our designs. So it is a balance. Quantity-wise, sometimes that's random. Sometimes it's a gut off of how many we think will sell while keeping it special, as far as rares go. order inventories, like that's kind of a balance of, hey, we're ordering 6, 7, 8 months worth of inventory, and we don't have an endless supply of money. We're still a startup. We're still a small business. We can't afford to stock a 100,000 square foot warehouse with enough product to last like for everybody to get one. Our goal is always that we want everybody on the team to have a different like sliding mitt. We want everybody on the team to have a different glove, because every single person on that team has a different form of self-expression. They're different people. So that's why we have so many different designs instead of stocking up on 100,000 Miami Ice sliding mitts so that everybody can have that. And I also think that you shouldn't want the Miami Ice sliding mitt when everybody has it. I think once over half your team has all ice cream stuff, and I get this is shooting ourselves in the foot, but you shouldn't want it. You should be unique. You should be different. You should find the things that gives you a sense of pride, giving you a sense of individuality. Like that's our goal, is for you to feel different. And I think that different is what gives people confidence. So super long answer to that, but I appreciate that question. Would you consider making Aria jerseys? We do. We made the jerseys for Zilla, Blake Snell's travel ball team. Yeah, those were super fun. And then we're also going to make the jerseys for Jazz Chisholm's travel ball team as well. The Zilla jerseys were cool because that was like, when I think of Godzilla, I think of chaos, and I think of like the claw marks and all that. So we put the claw marks down the front of it. We used his branding, which I believe the Zilla logo was made by Bear at Santos Studios. So we just kind of went off of that existing logo that they already had, and then we created all the patterns and decor and all that other stuff on the jerseys. So in a way, is an unexpected collab, and so shout out to those guys as well for doing cool work. What's your favorite band music to listen to? It's a great question. Favorite band's always been the Beatles. Favorite music to listen to has always been classic rock or country. Will there be adult catcher's mitts coming out? It's a question. It's something we need to have a conversation about. We need to get that order in. So thanks for asking that, 'cause we'll make that like set today. Just want to say love the brand and the pods. Keep up the good work, guys. Brant Ferris, appreciate you, man. Give a shout out on that one. Will you ever come out with a Christ cross type inspired hat? We do. Yes, we have a Bible hat coming. So that one will be really cool. It's a all brown. It's like the Bible glove with metallic gold cross on the side. Has scripture under the bill. So I'm really excited about that one. It's a really clean look. There's also the Randy Travis hat as well that has the crosses on the back. Can you talk what some of the upcoming hat releases are? I'm going to save that for the next episode. So we'll stop the questions there. I think that's a good one to end on. Great question. Again, send in your cues. Appreciate everybody as always. We try to make these quick when we don't have guests in. But again, thank you. Trailer is saved. Thanks to the team again, 2 weeks in a row. We'll see you on episode 6.